Let's cut through the noise and talk about what really makes a woman miss you. Most dating advice gets this completely backward, pushing guys toward manipulative games and artificial distance. The truth is far simpler and far more powerful than the tricks you've been taught. Here's where most men go wrong. They think making a girl miss them is about creating anxiety or playing hard to get. They disappear without explanation, take hours to respond to texts, or act disinterested when they're actually dying inside. This isn't creating attraction, it's creating confusion and frustration. Women don't miss uncertainty, they miss substance. The guys who understand this have women thinking about them constantly, not because they're playing games, but because they've created something real that's worth missing. One, create emotional experiences she can't stop replaying. Missing someone isn't just about absence, it's about positive anticipation combined with a sense of loss. When a woman misses you, she's mentally replaying positive experiences and craving more of that feeling. This is crucial. She needs positive experiences to replay. If your time together was forgettable, boring, or anxiety inducing, your absence won't be missed, it'll be a relief. Shared laughter, vulnerability, adventure, deep conversations, these are what stick in her mind. A forgettable dinner where you interview each other with generic questions won't make her miss you. But that time you both got lost trying to find that hidden restaurant, laughed about it, and ended up at a dive bar with the best conversation of her week, that creates a memory worth revisiting. Think about the people you miss in your own life. They're not the ones who were always available and bland. They're the ones who brought something special when they were around, making their absence noticeable. Two, be fully present before creating space. Here's what the play it cool guys miss. You can't create meaningful absence without first creating meaningful presence. This means when you're together, you need to be fully engaged. Not needy or clingy, but genuinely present and creating moments that matter. When you're with her, are you actually there, or are you half checking your phone, thinking about work, or already planning your next move? Women remember how you made them feel. If you brought distracted, low energy vibes, your absence won't register as a loss. Quality of time matters infinitely more than quantity. 3 hours of distracted, low energy hanging out creates less impact than 30 minutes of genuine connection. End interactions on a high note. Don't let every hangout fizzle into awkwardness or overstay until the energy dies. When things are going well, that's your cue to wrap up. Leave her wanting more, not relieved it's over. This doesn't mean abruptly cutting things short. It means reading the energy and ending while things are still flowing. Three, have a life that actually matters to you. This is the part nobody wants to hear because it requires actual work. But it's the most powerful principle on this list. When you have work you care about, hobbies you're passionate about, friends you value, and goals you're pursuing, you naturally aren't available 24/7. This isn't a tactic, it's the byproduct of living a full life. And a full life is inherently attractive. Women don't miss men who are always available because it signals you have nothing else going on. But when she texts and you respond a few hours later because you were genuinely busy with something meaningful, it creates natural space while demonstrating value. You can't fake this. She'll sense if you're pretending to be busy or strategically delaying responses. But when you're actually engaged in building something meaningful, whether that's your career, your fitness, your creative projects, or your friendships, your unavailability becomes authentic and attractive. The irony is that the less you focus on making her miss you and the more you focus on building a life you're excited about, the more she'll naturally miss being part of it. Four, let her invest and pursue. Or two, here's perhaps the most misunderstood principle. People value what they invest in. If you're always the one pursuing, planning, initiating, and investing emotional energy, she never has to wonder about you. You're already there doing everything. Give her space to pursue. Two, let her text first sometimes. Let her suggest plans. Let her wonder if you're thinking about her. When she invests effort into the connection, she becomes more attached to it and to you. This isn't about keeping score or being withholding. It's about creating a balanced dynamic where both people are leaning in. If you're always chasing, she never experiences the feeling of wanting to connect with you because you're already constantly connecting. Think of it this way: if you always hand someone everything they want before they even realize they want it, they never develop desire. But when there's space for her to notice she wants to talk to you, see you, or share something with you, that's when missing happens. This creates a powerful shift. Instead of her being the object you're pursuing, you become someone she's choosing to pursue. That psychological flip changes everything. 5. Be unpredictable in delightful ways. Human brains are wired to think about things that are pleasantly unpredictable. Not unreliable or flaky, that's just annoying. But when you're consistently good yet occasionally surprising, you occupy mental real estate. Maybe you're usually casual, but occasionally you plan something thoughtful. Maybe you're typically lighthearted, but sometimes you open up about something real. Perhaps you're generally low key, but surprise her with spontaneous adventure. This variance keeps you interesting and keeps her thinking about you, wondering what side of you she'll see next. Boring predictability is forgettable. You become part of the routine, like her morning coffee, nice but not something she actively thinks about. Unreliable chaos is exhausting and makes women want to run away, not miss you. But pleasant unpredictability within a framework of consistency, that's magnetic. She knows you're solid and reliable in the ways that matter, but she's never quite sure what interesting thing you'll say, do, or suggest next. That uncertainty, the good kind, keeps you on her mind. This also means being distinctly yourself. Generic nice guys are everywhere. If you're performing or trying to be what you think she wants, you're not creating anything unique. The paradox is that being unapologetically yourself, your humor, your interests, your perspective, is what makes you irreplaceable in her mind. Conclusion: making a girl miss you has nothing to do with manipulation, mind games, or artificial scarcity. It's not about timing your text responses or pretending you don't care. Those tactics might create temporary confusion, but they don't create genuine longing. Real missing comes from being someone genuinely worth missing, someone who creates positive experiences, lives a full life, maintains healthy boundaries, and doesn't make himself constantly available. When you're truly present during your time together, building a life you're passionate about, allowing her to invest in the connection, and bringing genuine unpredictability within a framework of reliability, you become someone she naturally thinks about when you're not around. The guys who get this right aren't counting hours before responding to texts. They're living lives so interesting that they naturally create the space that makes women think about them. They're creating connections so genuine that their absence is actually felt. Stop trying to manufacture missing through absence. Start creating presence worth missing through substance. Focus less on tactics and more on becoming the kind of man who adds something real to her life. Then give her the space to realize how much she values it. That's what actually works. That's what lasts. And that's what turns casual interest into genuine connection.